my channel. My name is Marley. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that do know, I have been to my channel before. Hi, welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe. Today I'm going to be doing a different type of video. It's a breastfeeding and postpartum depression video. So if you're not into sad stuff or this is not your type of video, go ahead and exit out. And this video is for all my moms out there. I really didn't know how to put this. I don't have notes written down. I didn't know what to say. I just knew that I wanted to do something and make a video to see if I can help anybody, because when I was going through the struggle of breastfeeding and having postpartum depression, it was where I couldn't go on YouTube or I couldn't go on Google to be like, okay, has there been other women that experience what I'm experiencing? And of course there has. But I just didn't know how to relate to any of these people. So today I wanted to make a video. Oh my gosh, my hair is napping. Anyways, I just wanted to make a video today, just on the little more sensitive side for my women. Just if this video helps at least one person, even going through what I was going through, if it helps one person, then I know that this video helps someone, and I'm grateful that I can help someone. I don't know how to start this because, like I said, I didn't write any notes down. I didn't think about this. I was just like, that's something I want to do. So I'll go ahead and start with my daughter. I had my daughter in 2016. But after I had her, I remember, you know what? No, it was like a month before I had her. The doctor told me, like, are you planning to formula feed or breastfeed? And I said, you know what? I like all things natural. So like anything that I can do to help my baby that's more natural, I wanted to do. So when I had my daughter, what is it called? The lactation nurse comes in and she's like, okay, well, did you decide what you want to do? And I said, yeah, I want to breastfeed my daughter. And she was like, oh, okay, we can go ahead and do that. And I said, okay. She's like, I'll go ahead and help you. And I was like, okay. And yeah, but she was helping me, but it seemed like my breasts were like hurting so bad. It felt like someone was ripping my areola off. Like it just hurt so bad, and I couldn't take it. And I felt so bad because I wanted to feed my baby. So I was like, you know what, you need to toughen up. This is for your baby. The lactation nurse did tell me that it was gonna hurt a little bit, but then after she latched on, that it wasn't gonna hurt anymore. And I said, okay. The pediatrician came in and he checked her, but then he's checking her. He's like, oh, your baby's tongue-tied. That's why you're having trouble breastfeeding. And I was like, tongue-tied? I've never heard that before. He's like, yeah, it's basically where this little thing that we have here, she was born with it like right here. So she wasn't able to take her tongue out of her mouth as much as we'd like. So he told me, you know what, we can fix that. In her first visit, we'll go ahead and cut it. And I said, okay. So I was having problems breastfeeding. And you know what, I was like, you know what, this hurts too bad. And by the time my daughter had her tongue clipped, she just didn't want breast anymore. She was just over it. She was just like, no. And then I wasn't able to produce because how breast milk works, it basically remembers how many times you pumped or how many times your baby was latched on, and that's how much breast milk you'll get. So the times that my daughter wasn't able to latch on and I was giving her formula, I wasn't producing. So when it was time for me to try to breastfeed again, I was just not making any milk. So I decided, you know what, I can't, so we're not gonna do it. So then I just stick to formula. Okay, now 2 years later, I had my son November 2018. I had him the same thing. The nurse said, hey, do you have plans? Are you gonna breastfeed? Are you going to or formula feed? And I said, no, I'm gonna try again. And with my daughter I did try, but she was born tongue-tied, and I want to try with my son. He latched on, but it just felt like horrible. It just felt so horrible, and I was like, it hurts me really bad. And I didn't even think about the tongue-tied situation because I didn't know it was like hereditary. The lactation nurse was trying to help me, and I felt so bad because my baby was hungry, and it was like the last day for us to go home. And I said, you know what, just formula feed him for now. Like, my breasts are really hurting and I feel so bad for him because he doesn't want to latch on. So they were like, okay. So they gave him formula. So then we go to his visit. I think it's like it's 3 to 5 after you have birth visit. He checked him and he's like, oh, he's born tongue tied too. Well, that's the reason why I wasn't, breast I wasn't producing breast milk, and he didn't want to latch on. And this is where my postpartum depression started coming in, and I just felt so bad as a mom. I was like, I want to give my babies breast milk, and I felt so bad because I felt like I was a failure to them, and I would blame myself. I would blame myself so much, and I breastfed my son for 3 months, I think, 3 to 4 months. And I kept trying and like my postpartum depression kept taking over. I didn't know why I was feeling that way. I didn't know why I was waking up sad. I didn't know why. I just didn't know what was going on. It hit me harder because I wasn't able to breastfeed my son, because it was mostly because of my breastfeeding difficulties that it made me go into like depression. And I've never felt anything like that. If you are a new mom and you feel like everything's really hard and you feel the postpartum depression is real. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it, and I feel like more people do. And it's okay for you moms out there to take time for yourself. Like, if you want to go a night out with your friends, that's fine, because us moms need time to ourselves too. To all my breastfeeding moms, I just want to let you guys know that if you can't breastfeed, don't think of yourself as a failure. You are a good mom. You're doing a good job and you're trying the best that you can. I don't want moms to think the way I was thinking. I was just thinking I was a failure. I wasn't even capable of being a mom again. If I couldn't even breastfeed my son, how was I going to take care of him if I couldn't even breastfeed him? And I was just thinking these things that it was like not even there. With my postpartum depression, like, people would ask me after it was like past the 3-month mark that I was breastfeeding, I was trying to breastfeed my son. People would ask me like, hey, are you breastfeeding or formula? And I'd be like, oh, I'm doing both. Why don't you just breastfeed all the way? And why are you giving them formula? Like, if you could produce, then why don't you? And then it's something that not every mom wants to talk about, like, hey, I can't produce, he was tongue-tied. It's not something we want to talk about. Honestly, breastfeeding is like a sensitive subject. Like, please don't ask moms out there, why aren't they breastfeeding? Why aren't they doing this, or why aren't they doing that? Like, because moms know best for their children. If you can breastfeed, I'm power to you. Like, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy for your baby. But some moms just can't. Like, we just try our best and we can't, and it's so hard. And I was pumping like every 2 hours. I was drinking these teas, like, and it got so expensive because each tea was like $5, and I had to buy them like every other day because I needed to drink 3 to 6 a day, and it was like a lot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of money. And I just kept buying them. I was like, you know what? As long as my son's getting breastfed, and I did see an increase a little bit, but I wanted to go all natural. I didn't want to put things into my body that I was going to give my baby that wasn't healthy for him. So I started to do teas, and nothing was helping. Nothing. It helped for a little bit, but not enough for my son to get off the bottle. So with my postpartum, like, it was taking over, and there was times that I didn't even want to get out of bed, and it would bring a lot of problems to my marriage, because I would tell my husband, or no, you know what? He would notice something was wrong. And he's like, hey, what's wrong? I was like, you know what? I don't even know. And I would start to cry. I was literally starting to cry, and I couldn't tell you what was wrong. He kept asking me, like, did I do something? Like, what are you mad about? And it wasn't even him. It wasn't. It was just something inside. I was just depressed. I kept thinking, am I even a good mom? Why did I have another child? And I just kept thinking these things. And until I talked to my OBGYN, and I said, hey, I'm feeling like really, really sad. And she was like, oh, we can prescribe you pills so you won't feel sad anymore. And I said, I don't want to put something in my body that I don't need. Does postpartum go away? And she said, yes, it goes away. It doesn't last forever, but it does exist. I said, no, you know what? No, I'm okay. I'm going to just try to do better for myself. So I decided not to. For my girls out there, my moms out there that are going through postpartum depression, you are not alone. It is a real thing. Don't let anybody tell you that it is not a real thing, because it is. and it takes a toll on your body because you have a newborn still that you have to take care of. Get help if you need it, okay? And if you have family and friends that you can talk about it, talk to them about it because it makes you feel better. I would talk to my husband, I would talk to my sisters, I even talk to my mom. It's like, hey, I've never felt this before. I was just trying not to be alone a lot. That way, I didn't have to think so much. So I started going to my mom's house every week, and I live in a whole different town from my mom, so in my family. So it's not like I can be there every day, you know? So when I would go over there like once a week, I would see my sisters. Me and my sisters would hang out, and every time I went to my mom's, I had a lot of help. I was just talking about my situation, and I would tell them, hey, I don't feel well. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. Oh, sorry, I was checking my highlight though. Look at that. But yeah, talk to someone. I promise you, it will get better, and you are not alone. Any help that you need, seek it, because someone will be there and it will go away. And mine did go away. My son was almost 4 months. He just turned 6 months. He's healthier than ever, even on formula, and he's totally fine. He's a healthy boy. He's only 6 months and he's 22 pounds. He's a big boy. And everything's okay. Like, postpartum, like, I beat you. And to all my moms out there, you will beat it too. You are not alone. Anything you need, ask someone. Hey, should I be feeling this way? Ask your doctor, hey, is there anything that I can do? Maybe the pills will help you as long as you get better for your kids. And yeah, after I got over the postpartum depression, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I never want anybody in this world to feel that way. Like, it was just a strong feeling. Like, it felt like, I don't know, like depression, like sadness. Like, I was always sad. I didn't leave my house. I didn't want to do anything. I just didn't want nobody over, and especially when you have a new baby, everybody wants to come over. And I just didn't want anybody to come over. But deep down, I did want help, and I just didn't want to take it because I thought if someone would help me, then if I can't do it alone, then am I even a good mom? So I just didn't want any help. And honestly, if you need help, it takes a village to raise children. So the help that you do get, you take it. My mother-in-law helps us so much. My husband helps me so much. And if you need a break, go take it. I promise you, when you come back, you will be feeling better. Even if it's 10 minutes, like, keep silence to yourself, turn everything off, and just sit there, and you will notice a change. I just wanted to share my experience and how I dealt with it, and what did I do. And honestly, you will get through this. You're not alone. And if you formula feed, nothing's different. Nothing is different. Your baby is gonna be healthy. Your baby's still gonna love you. Don't put too much pressure because you can't, you know. That's my story of my breastfeeding situation and my postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is a real thing, people. And like I said, if you need help, seek it. You know, you need to be the best of you that you can be. There's only one of you, and them babies depend on you. So you need to make sure you're healthy first for your kids. And that's what I'm trying to do for my babies now. Blessings to all you moms out there. It is hard. It really is. And if you need a break, take it. If you get it to have a break, take it. Because us moms are damn good moms, and we do a lot at home. So just take time for yourself. It's okay. But that's all I had to say. I hope I said everything. Thank you so much for supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just go ahead and comment below. Yeah, just make sure to subscribe. Thank you, mamas. Bye.